Okay, well, it's my crappy introduction that I just created in response to Propaganda Buster's annoying, crappy introduction. I made this video mainly just for you, because you're really annoying. Just your voice, everything. You're like, you're so like very loud ignorance. The amount of ignorance. I mean, you're also. Hold on, let me just play the beginning of your video. Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea and all you foreigners out there who like to know the truth about America. Welcome to another.
Okay, hello, Mr. and Mrs. America, being joking, and all the foreigners want to know the truth about America. Okay, makes sense.
Edition of Propaganda Busters. Today we're going to discuss anarchy, or the lack of law and order. Recently there were some riots in the nation of Germany in Europe.
So the Germany in Europe, okay, so some other Germanys that I don't have to worry about the other Germanys, but let's get. The first thing you said is anyone who wants to know what's the truth about what's going on in America. Now immediately, in your whole video, you talk about Germany, which it kind of. You see, you've made other videos, and that's also annoying, because your videos, you tend to watch a clip on YouTube and you don't really even figure out what's going on, and then you comment on it as though you're watching the news, and it wasn't. The clip you commented on wasn't even a YouTube clip reporting news. It was a YouTube clip of somebody playing metal over anarchists breaking things, and you're reporting on it as though it's news, which is somewhat ridiculous. And generally your voice sound like kind of like a Mickey Mouse if he was in the mafia, kind of, which really. Also, I just wore this hat just to piss you off. I don't know, I just developed a hatred for you in like 30 seconds. Well, not real hatred. It's not really. It's massively annoying, but now, regardless. Now, I've read what you wrote too. This type behavior, history has demonstrated, has led to the rise of fascism. Let's forget the basic grammar. Does Europe need another rise in fascism? Further proof of liberalism being a mental disorder. Such behavior is in the first half of the last century, contributed to the rise of leftist, communism, and fascism in Europe. Are the Europeans going to allow history to repeat itself during the first half of this new century, the 21st century? Now, besides the grammar, the big problem I see is you don't really seem to understand how history works, or any sort of. I've linked Wikipedia to history of Germany. It's probably going to need a lot more, but you don't really seem to understand how history works, or the history of Europe in any way. You seem to assert that rioting led to the rise of communism and leftism and inevitably fascism. And I guess anarchism as a movement, it is a political movement. So this represents anarcho-syndicalism. I don't know if you really know what that means, but it's a political movement that has existed as long as social. The thing is, these movements led to riots. That's the whole point. You see, they have these flags, and they riot holding these flags. It's something of like a revolution. I mean, of course. Now you talk about, of course, it's not as big as the original German Revolution, which you'll see in the history of Germany. You should read it. It'll take about 10 minutes, and then you'll really know. You said this led to fascism. The rioting that had existed. Well, there had been civil unrest in Germany since before World War One, and after World War One. Much of this unrest was mainly because the Weimar Republic had massive inflation. And there were other countries after World War One. Other countries had, mainly France, but had taken over the Ruhr region, and they were basically sticking it to Germany. And People felt embarrassed, but mainly there was one event that led to the Nazi Party taking control and Germany becoming a clearly fascist country. And it wasn't any particular riot. Like, these civil unrest was some right-wing elements of the Weimar Republic took advantage of this, and some right-wing elements, but gave Hitler the ability to take power was one clear event. It's the burning of the Reichstag. And so, history has shown that for a fascist country to take control of, to fascist government to take control of a country that normally would not just adopt fascism so quickly, you need a major event that will cause fear in the great majority of the population. You later, now you're obviously from New York. I'm also from New York. I'm not a disgusting stereotype of inner city illiteracy, but I am also we're from the same place. Geographically pretty close. Now, you talked about the Texas Rangers. You said here in Texas, like, you're really fooling Europeans on standardized tests. In general, they have a higher education standards. They know you're not from Texas. But let's say you're pretending Texas Rangers, one ranger, one riot. Now, there aren't really very often riots in Texas. I haven't read of any major riots in Texas. But there have been major riots in the United States. Now, let's look at the Los Angeles riots in comparison to these riots in Germany, and the riots. You also comment on riots in Greece. Let's see. Death tolls for Greek riots. Oh, there was one person died. There was that kid who died. He died, but that's not really related. It caused the riot. You could say these riots caused him to die, but that's sort of going. We have to kind of work on causality. And let's see, these German riots. No, nobody died. Los Angeles. There was a riot a few years ago in Los Angeles. 53 people died. 35 by gunfire, 6 in arsons, law enforcement killed 7, massive looting, violence crossed racial ethnic lines. Maybe Europe, they have civil unrest and people don't just die. Maybe they have something going for them. I don't know. But then again, we do have the uncanny ability to create jackasses who think they know everything. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, it didn't turn off. I just want to say, I don't like you. And, yeah, that's it. I hope you don't enjoy this video. I hope you stop making videos and move to Texas.